Oh my God, here we go. First 2 minutes.
We're
Hi,
rolling.
how are you?
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, official. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Scott.
I'm Scott. This is Tiffany. This is my little sister, 2.5 years apart. We
No.
are...
Almost 3.
Okay. 3 years apart, and we are sitting here on our new discussion that we call the Golden Fears, and it's because we want to discuss our 5-year?
At least.
5-year journey of the trials and tribulations that we've gone through with the having to be responsible for 3 grown senior adults.
Elderly folk.
Our elderly parents, our mother, our father, and my mother's sister, our Aunt Carol. And it's been quite an intense and crazy journey. And we're just hoping that we can just talk it out. And we've got a lot of content that we want to share. We've been through multiple senior living facilities. We've gone through it. It's just insane. We've gone through a lot of legal issues with power of attorneys. We have dementia and Alzheimer's involved, physical issues.
Yes, and one of the reasons for this is because when we talk to people about it, they seem interested and they learn things. And so we're hopeful that we can help somebody out there not have to go through the nightmare at times that we've been through.
And the stories that we're going to tell moving forward, you're never going to believe.
And they're legit. They're real. These are real stories. Super
surreal and super crazy. Everywhere from our parents getting kicked out of a senior living facility to...
which is not as funny as the Everybody Loves Raymond episode.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not that funny.
Wish we could relate, although
God.
I watched it a few times to try to lighten the mood.
No, I mean that Everybody Loves Raymond is funny.
Right.
When it's happening to you, it is not
so
funny. I mean, we can laugh about it now,
but you rarely break down ever in your entire life, and that was a breakdown.
Oh my gosh, I was so mad. But
because we got called into a room and told that our parents had 30 days. Well, yeah, you were there. Okay, so here's the other thing about this discussion that's really cool is we live 2,000 miles apart most of the time.
Yes.
And so right now we're in Florida, but our next one will probably come from Colorado, where we also live, and so we're going to try to put that together. But that's where the intense parties in question reside.
right.
Yes.
And so half the time I'm there by myself with Scott on a speakerphone.
Yep.
Or half the time I'm in the moment and he's on an airplane trying to help in the moment. Or there have been times that he has just randomly been there and he has to deal with the moment. Is it still recording when that's happening?
Yes. So also we're learning about technology, so we're going to see
Right.
if that works or not. Yeah, I don't think that there's any way that would stop it, would it? I don't know.
It does on Marco Polo, like it dings.
Does it really?
And then it pauses the thing for a minute. I don't know. Anyway, you paused it anywhere from getting kicked out to
yes.
money issues.
How to deal with what they call now reminiscence, but that's basically, well, my mother calls it the booby hatch.
Yeah, the double doors.
Yeah, and we call them the double doors, which are really depressing. And I even spent the night there one night, which was very interesting to keep my father from getting kicked out for.
Well, yeah, the
some
stories
crazy
range
stuff.
from my dad trying to break out to my parents getting kicked out to my aunt wouldn't make the decision, so we had to
force her out of her home because she had been scammed for over $40,000. And so we'll go through all the scams and everything that she went through and how we got her into a safe space and selling family homes and going through all of that issue. And we in the last 3 years have had, for 3.5 years, have had to clean out 2 homes where they lived for over 50 years. 50 years. So how to do that and how, if you should sell it or rent it, because we've done both and we have an answer for that for sure.
Well, not only do we hope that this helps you do some of these things, we also hope that you think twice about what you're leaving your family to deal with.
Yes, which is a big moral of the story.
Oh my word, absolutely.
Yes. You're looking at two people who are highly prepared for our eventual demise.
Yes.
Because we have figured out and learned the hard way what it's like when someone else puts the decision in your court to make, and it's really rough. I mean, I have to make decisions that I shouldn't have to make every day. And so we've been working through all of that stuff to try to figure out how to make the people that we pass it down to have to not go through that as much.
Right.
So yes, so in the coming weeks, we're going to be doing videos with different themes, and we'll probably start close to the beginning.
Yeah, I think the first one is like the timeline, like what we're dealing with, how we saw it kind of come to pass, and then maybe even where we are now, and then we can start going on. I mean, I don't even. Yeah, there is a timeline. Good. I don't even know where. Because
5 weeks ago now, our father passed away, and even though we were, barreling down that road and we were preparing for it for years and years, it came as a big surprise, and then that had a whole bunch of different hurdles that we had to go through, which was intense, even though we were prepared.
Totally, all the paperwork signed and all of it, and still.
Yeah, we'll take you through if you want to have birds at your funeral. So that's, those are like the options. And so we're going to...
Or butterflies.
Or butterflies. Yeah, we're going to talk through that as well. Yeah, it's
Which
crazy.
Is a no. No, William would want not.
Yeah, so let's do a quick timeline of how things have shaken out in the last 5 years.
It started with...
Our parents being irresponsible, living in their home.
Yes, well, and one's mind was breaking down and the other's body. So together they functioned very well together until they didn't function.
Yes.
They both started kind of breaking down too much and all of a sudden, very suddenly, it did not work. For decades it had worked. And then the moment it started not to work, we were like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and it happened fast. And I think too, I have the theory that our parents were very intense living people. I mean, they really lived their lives to the fullest.
Yeah, that's true.
And they also, to make up for it, they were very physical and exercised.
Yep.
And there came a point when they couldn't exercise and be physical anymore. And so they were still trying to live their life, hardcore, and that caught up with them super fast.
Right.
Yeah, so then we'll go through the process where we started to try to get in-home care. Which went horribly wrong.
Well, even the conversation to get in home care.
Yes.
Well, just get them help in general.
Yes.
And all of that.
And all the people that we went through that they fired or that quit. The assessments, the medical issues.
Trying to get long-term health care activated.
Driving and endangering other people.
Yes.
Then having to push them out of their house because there was no other alternative for safety reasons.
Right.
Hardcore safety reasons. Some major scary things went down.
Right.
And then getting them into a place that we thought and figuring out financially how to do it. That we thought was great for them.
Perfect for them.
Yep.
And then COVID added to all the nightmare that ended up not to be perfect for them. And
it exploded. It was literally an explosion of horribleness. And then
getting kicked out of there.
A couple of near-death experiences.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's going to be a very interesting one that people just simply overlook. This is going to be one of the biggest rules, is like how you think it's going to go, it's not going to go that way. Nobody will ever treat your parents with as much respect and honor as you do. So look, there's Dave. Just don't think that they will. Sorry, go ahead.
Is he photobombing our video? Hi, Dave. So see, kinks to work out, right? We have a guest over.
That's my husband.
Yeah, he's back there enjoying.
Okay, so then they get kicked out. So then finding something that will take mom, dad, and dog on the fly.
Oh yeah, because the dog was a huge deal. Yeah. And then again, like we were administered last rites for Mother 3.5 years ago.
When they said it was elder abuse on our part,
For her?
when
Oh
it
my God,
wasn't.
do you remember
Oh my
that?
gosh! And it wasn't on us. We had hired many people to keep eyes on them. And then when you invite